What's up, I am muchelleb, and in this video I want to show you how I use project planning and mind mapping to get things done. Specifically in this video, I want to talk about how I used a project planning process that I actually stole from Getting Things Done by David Allen to plan redesigning my space. I've wanted to redesign my space for a while, I've mentioned it before, and now that I am back from my Europe trip, I have sort of the time, the capacity, and the money to be able to do that. So the first step to any good project planner is to identify your why. So my why for redesigning my space was to create an environment that inspires me and is functional, that encourages me to be more productive when I'm working or studying, encourages connection between me and Luke and when friends and family visit, encourages me to take more Instagram photos. This is not a joke, that's a very serious issue. And it makes it easy to keep things tidy and together. So I really had quite a few whys there, but those whys also completely drive every decision that I'm gonna make throughout redesigning this space. So the next thing that you want to think about is your principles. Those are kind of like your rules. My rules were that I had to have a Pinterest board for a specific area before I went ahead and did any redecorating, redesigning. I needed to pin things to my Google Keep and make sure that everything went together. Then your vision and your outcome comes into play. So this is where you're looking at your outcome and you're visualizing it, thinking about how you're going to feel. So for me, it'd be, how do I feel when I walk into my space of an afternoon or when I arise in the morning? I'm not big on the law of attraction, but the more that you give anything your attention, the more your brain is going to go ahead and look for opportunities for you relating to what you're focusing on. So my vision would be walking into the door, having somewhere to chuck my handbag, my kitchen being clean and clear, the bench not having any crap on it, walking into my lounge room and feeling inspired by the artwork, having somewhere cozy and nice to sit where I can plan my days. So when you're planning your vision and your outcome, you should be like pumped, buzzed, excited. That's when you know you've chosen the right goal. All of those words, you must be them. This is where mind mapping comes into play, and I do want to pre-warn you, there is a reason that I don't do bullet journaling videos on this channel, and number one reason is because bullet journaling seems like far too much effort for me, and also I couldn't be bothered to make things look pretty in a bullet journal. That's just not my style. Mind mapping is the brainstorming part of the process. This is where you're brainstorming all of the possible things that you could do related to redesigning your space. So I usually mind map in black pen, to be completely honest. A lot of people mind map using colored pencils because that is kind of the instruction given by the mind map gods, because color can help you to remember things more easily. So sometimes I like to actually go over my branches in color later. So chuck your main topic bang into the middle of the page, and then you might want to accompany it with a drawing. So it's just another way to embed ideas into your mind. You're gonna remember something more easily if you've chucked a little drawing beside it to symbolize what it is. Going on your holiday, redesigning your website, whatever it may be. So for me, my subtopics were Instagrammable, connection, productivity, organize. They all really linked strongly back to my whys. With mind mapping from there, a lot of it is just branching out to whatever ideas and thoughts pop into your mind. So some people have different ways to do the branching process. Some people's branches look like this. Mine, I just do it in a way that I find easiest to get my thoughts out of my head and onto paper. You'll find as you start that you'll just want to keep going. You'll have one idea and then you'll have 10 ideas, and then something will pop into your head that you've never even thought of, and it's just kind of a beautiful process. So once you've done your big mind map and you are buzzing full of ideas, that's when you want to organize. So organize all of the stuff that you've brainstormed and your whys into some kind of project list. So I use Things 3, which is a new app. I used to use Google Keep. I've moved to Things 3 just because life got more hectic and I needed something that was a bit more capable of handling my to-dos. Another great alternative that I would recommend that is free is Wunderlist. I will link it down below. So I separated my project by space in my house, and that is because I would try to tackle my entire house, which is not going to work out well if I didn't focus on one area at a time. And you'll end up with a big, beautiful project list that looks something like this. Make sure that you define your next actions, because otherwise you'll be stuck with just this fuzzy frame of mind around the whole project, a beautiful mind map, but nowhere to actually go. If you like this video, you might enjoy my room tour, which I think I filmed like 2 years ago. I actually rewatched it myself the other day, and it was just interesting to watch it and see how my space has transformed, and also to give me an idea of what I don't like and what I'm moving towards. I don't know if you guys would be interested in it, but I will chuck it on the screen and leave a link below. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you soon.